Good morning from the city of Cusco, Peru. We have a big day planned with what we are expecting to be the highlight of our trip. Will you join us? Welcome back to another episode of Jason's Life in 5, where we do adventures of around 5 minutes. Today is, Friday, September 8th, 2023, and we are in Cusco, Peru. We are at the Polroy train station, and we're going to be taking a trip up towards Machu Picchu, so should be good. Let's get going. So after taking a bus for about an hour and a half, we're up to the station where we're going to actually load on a train. There was an issue, I guess, with the railroad that required us to do a bimodal. Anyway, so we're going to be getting on the train here. This will be the one that takes us up to Machu Picchu. And yeah, it's kind of neat. At the platform here, they have some locals that have been making some handicrafts and showing how they dye the fabrics and stuff like that. So that's kind of a neat thing.
Limón. Otro color se sale. Matizado. Espalados también.
So we're on the train to Machu Picchu. Got our Vista Dome ceilings. We're facing the wrong way and against the end, but it's okay. And they just brought our food. What are we eating? A quinoa chips. How is it?
Actually pretty good.
Not too bad. She said it's light and airy. As we moved higher up the mountains by the river, the views just became more and more breathtaking.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. We will be delayed for a few minutes while we wait for another train to pass.
We finally arrived in Machu Picchu Pueblo. We dropped our bags at the hotel, and now we're going to make our way up to the Citadel at Machu Picchu. As the entry tickets to Machu Picchu are timed, we decided to take a bus, but we got a guide to help us when we arrived. The ride up the mountain is about 20 minutes on switchback roads, and as you go higher in the mountain, the views become more incredible. After being dropped off at the bus area, we were met with the commotion of the entry gate. After showing our tickets, we then proceeded our hike up the trail. And boy, did it have plenty of ups. After quite a bit of hiking, we started to get to areas that looked like we might be getting close to seeing Machu Picchu. Our guide told us that Machu Picchu was a place of learning. These terraces were used for different experimental growing methods. And there it is, our first look at the site of Machu Picchu. One thing that pleasantly surprised us was finding llamas that freely roamed the grounds of Machu Picchu. I guess if I was a llama, this would seem like a great place to hang out. So we are taking a break from Circuit 2. There's a branch off that we've paid for to go up to the Inca Bridge. So we're going to go see what's going on up there. You can see the transition of the plants from the central mountains to the Andes, where it's more green and lush. Behind me you could see the path up along the cliff. It's just amazing. So behind me down here is the Inca Bridge. It certainly doesn't look like any kind of bridge I would want to go over. The guide was telling us that pre-COVID, you could actually go down. There's a gate down there you could go to, and but once COVID happened, they don't let people down there anymore. But the Inca Trail went along the mountain here, and you could see there's kind of like a thick of brush in the middle of the hill, and that's where the bridge, or excuse me, the trail used to go. But evidently there was a collapse that happened, and so it's no longer passable. So people on the Inca Trail now go around on the other side. Say hello, you're on video.
Oh, I'm on video.
Here we are with our fantastic tour guide, Gabriella. She was great, and she took the camera from us to help us make some memories.
Hello, how are you?
Hello from Machu Picchu!
Ah, look at, you are almost on top of Huayna Picchu mountain. Look at.
Look at that.
Yes, amazing.
Amazing!
This is Inca Trail. Enjoy, look at. Woohoo! Very good.
And just like that, we've made it back to the trailhead for the Inca Bridge.
Hola, Lama. Hello.
We couldn't resist our chance to get our picture with a llama at Machu Picchu. Tina, eat your ham. Come on, you fat lard. Everyone trying to get the perfect picture. And we made sure to get ours. Here we have an Incan traffic jam. While some of the other terraces are used for agriculture, these are primarily used for the stability of the structure and to divert rain. So now we're going to go down and check out the citadel, or the main part of Machu Picchu. It says not to take a picture. I'm a rebel. So we're inside the city now, headed down to the Sun Temple. It's amazing to see how they took some of the large rocks and just cut stones to fit right around them. If you come between 3 and 4 o'clock, that is the golden hour. That's what our tour guide said, and the colors just pop, and it's just an amazing scene. This is the Temple of Fertility, not to fertility of man, but to the fertility of the earth. They were big on the earth and the water that it brought to people here. And this stone here is used to mark the Southern Cross. So when it's right above, that's when it's the solstice. This chinchilla's just hanging out in the Temple of Fertility. So behind me is looking at, I guess, the platform where the typical pictures are and the things you're normally used to seeing. So kind of a different view of Machu Picchu than what you might typically see. Our tour guide told us that this stone was famous because it mimics the mountains. This way to the Temple of the Condor.
1,000 years before Incas, this culture they expanded, they conquered very Pacific Titicaca Lake.
It's amazing to see the precision with which they cut these stones and to think of the primitive tools they must have used. Amazing. This window was used for astronomy. There were these basins filled with water, and based on what they could see, they knew what time of year it was.
Yes, okay. Maybe tomorrow in the morning you will be able to.
Rather than take a bus back down, we've chosen to try the hiking trail. It said it should be an hour and a half. Hopefully we're not quite that slow. Let's go!
Hi.
Right about now, the bus down is sounding like a really great idea. All these bugs are crazy. So many steps down, and so many steps already traveled. We finished with the steps, now we just gotta hike the road. Hiking down a jungle road in South America is how we vacation. How do you vacation?